What's up, guys? It's your boy JC here. I am on the side of my URC. I'm also doing a side project over here. I'm doing videos on teams from my lifetime that I've seen that I rate the best teams that I've seen play. Okay, there's now this is purely opinion driven. Look, I'm not going to draw any comparisons over here because that is virtually impossible. You know, you have a All Black team from that has gone back to back in World Cups. You also have a Springbok team that has gone back to back in World Cups. You've got an English team from 2003, and you've also have to also mention, despite them not winning World Cups, you have an Ireland from the last 4 years, along with the French. So it's also very difficult to compare these teams. Some of them also run in different eras, okay? Well, speaking of eras, this video, it wouldn't seem right for me to start this without even going through the All Black team from 2010 all the way to 2016. Right. Just to give you a bit of what this team has done, right? In those 6 years, they have played 93, 184. And plus, out of those 84, you take away the 9 games that they didn't win, 12 of them were draws. So only 7 losses in those 6 years. Now that is a way, way, way big win percentage there. Okay, let's look at it quickly. 3. That is on the dot, 90% win record. Okay, now a bit of a backstory to this team. In 2007, the All Blacks played the World Cup in France, and they got knocked out by the hosts due to a controversial forward pass call. The pass that I agree that there was a forward pass. I mean, you could measure it with the calendar. Wayne Barnes didn't see that was a forward pass. Only he would know. Okay. Then, instead of changing everything, Graham Henry just stuck to his guns. Why wouldn't you? I mean, you have a damn great Rich McCall. You had an incumbent in Dan Carter, who would eventually go down in history as one of the greatest 10s to ever lace a pair of rugby boots. And you had a Nanu, just to name a few, okay? And then Graham Henry stuck with that formula and then even added to it. You had that made up for a very stacked All Black team. You could basically say, make 15 changes. The second string team, if not run anything close, they would beat them. It's damn straight, So let's go back in time to year 2010. I'm not going to go name every result. I'm going to do significant results over here. For example's sake, this All Black team at the start of 2010's Test Series. Now, why am I starting this at 2010 instead of 2008? Because you had 2009, you had a Springbok team that beat this All Black team 3 times in a row. So this All Black team only really started showing what they're capable of in 2010. Right. June tests. This All Black team had one test against Ireland and two tests against Wales, destroying Ireland 66-28 and gaining two very comfortable wins against the Welsh, one of which is a 42-9 victory over Wales and the other being a 29-10 victory. Then they went through the Rugby Championship undefeated, avenging their losses to the Boks, putting 3 wins over the Boks as a revenge. Like, you know what, you did it to us last year. Screw you. We're going to do it to you, and we're going to do it with style. He had a 32-12 victory over the Boks, 31-17 victory over the Boks, and then you had a close one, 29-22 win at Ellis Park over the Boks. Okay, they've also dominated the Wallabies in that period, in their Tri-Nations, and then you go to the end of year tour. All Blacks lost to Ireland 26-20. All Blacks lost to Australia 26-24. And then they answered back for that loss, saying, you know what, bugger this. We're going to do it Grand Slam. Victories at Twickenham, Murrayfield, Lansdowne Road, Dublin, and in Cardiff. Ultimately, this All Black team ended that year with 13 runs from 14 for a 93% win record. Alright, the next year, World Cup year. Now, this All Black team already made their presence felt, dominated Tri-Nations, claiming a Grand Slam victory, basically only losing to Australia in Hong Kong. Right. They won July friendly where they beat Fiji 60-14. Okay, they didn't have a very successful Tri-Nations, but Graham Henry said, you know what, Tri-Nations isn't what matters. We are hosting the World Cup, and we're going to make sure that trophy doesn't even leave New Zealand. Okay. Tri-Nations, All Blacks dominated the Boks and beat Australia 30-14, but lost their remaining their away games. Okay. World Cup, All Blacks dominated Tonga at 41-10. Japan, they beat Japan 83-7. They beat a French team that they would eventually meet in the final again. They beat them 37-17 in the pool stage. They beat Canada 79-15. In quarterfinals, they dominated the Argentines 33-10. And then they beat the Aussies in the semis and ultimately getting a 1-point victory over France in the final. Okay, so Graham Henry leaves the All Blacks a World Cup winning coach. And then you go to 2012, the inaugural year for the Rugby Championship. All Blacks had a dominant home series against the Irish. Ultimately, winning the last one 60-0, winning the first one 42-10. The middle game was a close call, but also winning there. Rugby Championship, they went through undefeated again. The standout win over there being the standout victory over there was a win against South Africa in South Africa, 32-16. Okay. Now we go to the June tests. Okay. Please note the All Blacks finished that year with the draw against the Aussies, and then they again another dominant end of year series until they met England at Twickenham. They lost 38-21, finishing the year 12 out of 14 on 86% win ratio. 2013, All Blacks came back from that, bounced back from their loss against the English, finishing 2013 undefeated. Okay, the standouts is being the 3-0 series whitewash of the French. That second game where they It was the first time ever that they held the French scoreless, winning that one 30-0. Okay. Then the Rugby Championship again, the All Blacks dominated the Rugby Championship, going undefeated. Okay. But the games against South Africa being a bit more balanced, but still comfortable victories. At the end of year tour, the All Blacks obviously finished undefeated. I mean, they've bloody well, there wasn't a team on the face of this earth that could beat the All Blacks in 2013. 2013 is the best version of the All Blacks, undefeated. Okay, then we go to 2014. 2014 started off with June Test, where the All Blacks finished undefeated. Okay, against England. Two first games were close, but the third one, the All Blacks flexed their muscles and actually ran over the English 36-13. The Rugby Championship started off with the draw. Basically, Australia breaking the All Blacks' unbeaten run from 2012, drawing 12 all. The All Blacks answered back with a 51-20 victory over the Wallabies. Then they went on to dominate the rest of their Rugby Championship games, with the exception to the last one. Springboks became the first team to beat the All Blacks in the Rugby Championship era, winning 27-25 at Ellis Park. The end of year tour, the All Blacks dominated again. All Blacks going undefeated, beating Australia 29-28, then hammering the US 74-6, beating England 24-21, beating Scotland 24-16, and beating Wales 34-16, with only losing one game for the whole year, and one draw, winning 12 for an 86% win ratio. 2015 would be a historical year for the Kiwis. Okay. The June test, they only had one test against Samoa, 25-16 victory. When they won their first two Rugby Championship games against Argentina and South Africa, but lost to the Wallabies. Okay. The World Cup, All Blacks dominated this World Cup. The standout from that World Cup is, let's just skip to the playoffs. 62-13 victory over France. 2018 win over the Box, and they dominated the Wallabies 34-17 in the most one-sided final I've seen in my life. All Blacks only leaving that year with one loss, 10 out of 11 for a 91% win ratio record. Okay, 2016, the last year before this All Black team showed a decline. Media tests, the All Blacks whitewashed Wales in a series that's not even close. 39-21 win in the first, second, 36-22 third, 46-6. Okay, Rugby Championship. The All Blacks went undefeated in the Rugby Championship. I don't even want to talk about this right now. Standouts. A 41-13 win over the Box in New Zealand. If that's not enough, people thought, listen, it can't get any worse. A 57-15 loss for the Box at home. The Box were beaten 57-15 by the All Black team. Right, then we go to the end of year tour. 37-10 hammering over the Aussies. 68-10 victory over Italians. 40-29 loss to the Irish. The only game the All Blacks lost that whole year. A 21-9 victory over the Irish in the rematch, and a 24-19 win over France. Finishing that year, 13 out of 14, 93%. Now let's go to to how dominant this All Black team was. I said in the beginning of this video, played 93 matches played, wins 84, losses 7, draws 2, for a 90% win record. Now that, guys, if that's not dominance, or if that doesn't even rank in your one of your historically best rugby teams in history, I don't know what it will take. So All Black team had skill, they had defense. They have the World Cup titles to prove it. Now, me as a South African, this All Black team, if we're talking about all-time greats in any sport, this All Black team has to come up in that conversation. Along with the Springbok team that won the 2023 World Cup, this All Black team as well has to also come up in that conversation. You know? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please do like it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, guys.